Oh yeah. Not bad for old grandpa sights. What's going on, guys? Check it out. We have the Island Armory GI Standard FS 1911. Now, before you take to the comments and start berating me, no, I haven't done a video on this gun because this is a 9mm. The last video I did was a 45. Now, this gun is almost exactly like the 45. You hold them in your hands, you really can't tell a difference by weight and feel. So let's go over the numbers. All right, let's start with the weight. Overall, this gun weighs 2.4 pounds. Loaded, it weighs 2.8. It's 8.5 inches long and 5.5 inches tall. It's got a Parkerized finished, cheap wooden grips. It's got a 5-inch barrel with 6 grooves. And it has a 1/16 twist. Now, if you're not familiar with what a 1/16 twist is, that means the grooves will make one full rotation every 16 inches. Now, according to the factory, it has a 4 to 6 pound trigger. Now, I don't know, I can't test that. Now, these numbers are the exact same for the 45 version. Now, the grips are different. This gun came with grips just like this. This is the 45 version. They're the exact same size, even the mag well's the same size. And how they achieve that is this 9mm mag, which holds 10 rounds, by the way, flares out once you get up here from the feeding ramp. And that's how it takes up all that space inside the mag well. But that's enough talking. Let's shoot this thing. All right. I like the way it shoots. I like the way it feels. Not bad. Now, it only comes with one magazine. I wish it came with more. Unlike the 45 version, it comes with a Met Gear magazine instead of a Rock Island magazine. And the blue finish is not as shiny. I'm gonna load some more rounds, do some more shooting. Not bad. Got a full magazine. We're gonna burn through them as quick as we can go, see if we can get this thing to malfunction. Magged up, number 2. Nice. It shoots really good. I had a jam at the beginning, but it's because I had taken this thing apart and cleaned it, and someone forgot to oil it. We won't mention any names, Mrs. Gun Doctor. But she's like, what? But we're going to check out and see what kind of group we can leave with this. So I'm going to set up a target about 10 yards, and we're going to put it up against the 45, and we're going to compare the groups. 9mm, 5 rounds, 10 yards. Failure to eject. All right. 45 GI Standard. Same drill. Now, I shot that kind of fast, but you could really tell a difference in the recoil. All right, here's the 9mm target. Here's the 45 target. Now, I've heard tell that the 45s are less accurate. This could just be my terrible shooting. Then again, it might be the gun, but more than likely, my terrible shooting. We got a pretty decent group right here with the 9. About 1 inch in those 3 rounds. And of course, that one, don't worry about that one. All right, now I want to test the recoil. So we're going to do a recoil test and see what the difference is. We're going to do the recoil test comparing the GI standard 9mm to the GI standard 45. Now, this might be different for you. Some of you limp wrist, you know who I'm talking about. All right, let's try this. I had a lot of fun shooting this gun. Oh, wrong one. That's how much they feel alike. I had the 45 in my hand. I had a lot of fun with this gun. Slide, tightness, about what you expect from a Rock Island gun. Sights, pretty standard grandpa sights. Standard trigger. Everything on it works great, shoots great. It disassembles just like any other 1911. It's pretty standard stuff. Now, when you look at the insides of the cuttings compared to these two, there's a little bit of difference. Check that out. Okay, here's the guns torn down. Got the 45 on this side, the 9mm on this side. And this is where the similarities really start to show themselves. If you look at these slides side by side, they are identical. The cuts are in the same place, the sights are the same. Here's where you get into the difference, right here. This gap for the back of the barrel, it don't fit on this side. This barrel will slide in the 9mm and vice versa, but they don't fit correctly. Everything else is the exact same. The hole for the lug, these lugs are completely interchangeable. There's a 9mm lug, 45 barrel. They're completely interchangeable. The barrels, almost the same. You got the 9mm on the bottom, the 45 on top. You can see that the cutout right here is a little bit wider, that protrusion. Now the barrels, again, are the same width, and that's for that part to be interchangeable. But you can see the thickness of the walls are really different. Alright, then we come down. We got the recoil spring. Now the recoil spring is heavier on the 45, but this part and this part are interchangeable. Now on the 45 version, it's a really snug fit, and it don't just come right out like it does on the 9mm. And of course, you got your slide release. It's the same. And here's where the major differences come in. The 9mm is at the bottom, 45 is at the top. So you got a difference right here. Mag well is a little bit different, and the main reason that it's different right here is because the 9mm has a ramp, is where the 45 doesn't. So that's where that cutout on the 9mm version comes in. Like I said, mag wells are the same. 45 mag, slide in there, 9mm mag. So all that's the same. The ejector on the 9mm is a little bit longer, but other than that, it's pretty much the same. Now I want to show you something. A viewer had pointed this out in the last video about the safety on these guns. I was playing with the safety right here. Now it's not fully engaging. It does it on the 9mm too. That's what I mean, it ain't fully engaging. See, it goes way up when it fully engages. So he was thinking something had broke inside of there, but it didn't. And it's good to go. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to share it, hit that like button, and subscribe. I think for what I paid for this, technically what YouTube paid for this, because if you saw my 3,000 subscriber video, you know where this came from. But I think what, $3.99 is what we paid for it, something like that. So it wasn't bad. If you want a 1911, a GI style, but you don't want a 45, it's a good choice. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Stay safe. and keep shooting, America. Real quick, I want to tell you about my partnership with GOA. Gun Owners America is a very big supporter of GunDoctorT.V. If you want to join a true no-compromise gun rights organization, you can by following my link below. It'll give you a 25% discount off of your membership, bringing the total to $15. It's a great organization who will really fight for your rights. And our channel doesn't benefit from your membership at all. It's our way of saying thank you for being a viewer and a continued supporter of gun rights in America.
Full beard manly.